Hi beautiful people, this is Serena, welcome back to the channel. In today's Pick a Card reading, we will be doing a reading regarding what you are not seeing. And we have three piles. The first one is the Selenite, the second one is the Crystal Quartz, and the third one is the Dalmatian Jasper. So you can pause the video, connect with your breath, and tap into your intuition so that you can choose the pile that is calling you the most. Then, when you're ready, you can go to the timestamps in the description and go to your message. Hi, first pile, you who chose the Selenite. This is your group. This is your message. The selenite is a crystal that is used for like spiritual protection and purification. It really helps to cleanse denser energies. So if you feel called to, you can use this crystal. Let me present your cards now. First, in the first row of cards, I got some cards from the Witch Tarot. To your guides, the universe describe what they want to talk about, what area, what situation. In the second row of the tarot cards, I asked the advice or the message that you need to know regarding that situation. And then I got some cards from the Lenormand cards to advise. And you got three cards. The first one is the sickle. I don't know if that's the pronunciation. That is about this instrument that the person is holding. And it's very connected with the death card here. You got the fish card and the bear card. So let's go to your message. Here in the first row, I got the feeling of a bittersweet situation. Like with the Two of Swords here, you see the woman with the arms crossed in her chest, and her eyes are not seeing. So she can't see or doesn't want to see. And I think sometimes the Two of Swords is like a card of decision making, like between two options. And it really got my attention that you have like the Ten of Swords, that is a card sometimes of like betrayal or a loss. And the other card is like the totally opposite. That is the Six of Wands, that you see this hero returning after a victorious battle. So you see this theme of victory. So one is defeat and the other is victory. And you see like these opposite energies and like these two different directions. And maybe there is a choice that you feel that is really hard to make, but that would lead you to a victory somehow. But maybe you are afraid of this decision, because we have like the Death card and the Sickle card that talks about endings and new beginnings. And the Ten of Swords has this meaning sometimes of regeneration after something terrible happened or after an ending. Sometimes a dry ending, such as this one. And I think that maybe you know deep down that there is a situation that maybe you should be leaving behind because of the Death card here. Maybe you should be doing like hard decision and like to cut something out of your life. but maybe you are prolonging that decision because of fear, because we have like the shadow side that in the traditional tarot would be the devil card, and you see these people really scared of this like monster here, and they are in this dark forest and they can't see really what's going on. um, so I think for some of you, uh, maybe you're not seeing that maybe prolonging this decision, it's going to lead like of a betrayal of yourself. I think some of you are really like tired of something, and in this including um, taking a toll in your body, in your mental health. But maybe you are prolonging the situation because maybe you think you don't see a way out. Like you got like these people here in the dark forest, they don't see a way out, so they just stay paralyzed and they don't do anything. And I think that your reading is saying that sometimes with the Five of Wands, the conflict is necessary. Uh, like taking a position and defending it, it's necessary because we have the Bear card here too. I don't know if this is like work related or what situation is, but like the Bear card sometimes talks about like a figure of power. Sometimes it's a figure of power that helps us or makes our lives a living hell, like with the Devil card here. Maybe it's like a power figure that uh it's trying to control you. And maybe if this is work related, maybe they are imposing like too much work hours and you are tired, and like maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe this is like a parent, a father figure, a mother figure, I don't know. um, but with the Bear card, it's a card at the same time to remind of your power, like to know that you are the bear, you have the bear inside of you, like the bear meaning your power, like to defend the things that you value and the things that are important to you, and your sometimes your own position here. And I think maybe of you guys know that if you make that decision, this will automatically lead to conflict and to argument, and maybe an ending of some kind. And there will be like this really tumultuous time where many people or someone um, would feel really chaotic and maybe angry or sad, and there would be this bickering of all sides maybe. uh but like all cards in tarot, they have like a good side and a bad side, a positive and a negative. And like the positive side of the Five of Wands sometimes, it's like that competition. And there was a really loud bird. Yes, it will be loud for some time. And maybe you should voice your position, your opinions. Uh, but even if it is chaotic, even if there is conflict, sometimes conflict can lead to the most amazing and creative solutions. But if everybody stayed afraid and didn't like voice their opinions, things would stay the same. And I think the same in your case is leading to this Ten of Swords energy, to this depletion or this feeling of betrayal of yourself or this insatisfaction. So maybe you can like uh, stay with your mouth shut, but inside you will be in pain. And even though pen is involved in the matter anyways, because we have the death card and the sickle. Sometimes this pen is necessary. Sometimes death, endings, and transformations are necessary. Um, Maybe sometimes leaving something behind is necessary. Um, and with the fish card here, it's really important for you to know that there is more fish out there. Like if this is like a work related reading, the fishes represent abundance and money, and the beautiful flow of money of or resources, be it like money or people. It's that card to remember that the world is more big than we think, and there are many different people and many different things. um and the fish card talks about this beautiful flow. So if your fear is like of related to scarcity matters, such as, oh, if I leave this behind, I will not have anything else to replace it. um Maybe like if you are thinking of leaving a job, maybe you are worried that you won't find anything else that's better, or maybe leaving a person or something like that. That's not true. The fish here is like reminding you that there is abundance in the world, and you shouldn't tie yourself to things, people, and situations that are draining your energy and not doing anything good. And now is the time for you to take like a bold step and like voice your opinions. Like, don't be afraid of the conflict, because with the bear spirit, you'll be protected and there is abundance in your life. So you will find the solution, and you don't need to be tied down by anything, right? So I hope this helped you, and bye bye. Hi, pile number 2, you who chose the crystal quartz. This is your reading. By the way, I love this crystal quartz. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it has like rainbows inside, and I always use this crystal when I'm like facing the worst like situations, like the most difficult situations in the most difficult times. uh I always come back to this crystal for some reason, and I think if this crystal appeared in your reading, you are being like protected and blessed by this energy too. So let me explain your cards. So in the first row of the tarot cards that I got from the Witch Tarot, I asked like, what situation do your guides, the universe, wants to talk about? In the second row, we see a message or advice about the situation. And then I got 3 cards from the Lenormand cards. Oh my god. And you got like the sheep card, the fox, and the heart card. So uh, with this heart card and like the Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, maybe for some of you this reading is about love, like in love relationships, but also for other people, like the heart talks about what you love, regardless of what it is, if it is a person, if it's a work, if it's a thing, if it's a hobby. It can be really anything that you love. So I think this is regarding something that your heart is really connected to. And so this reading will be talking about that. um and in the first row of cards, um, we see like two major arcanas, which means that this thing or person is really important for you, because we have these major arcanas. And we see then in reverse, first with the Hermit card. You see an old man, like an old maid, uh, looking for answers, trying to find some kind of answer, uh, and he's alone. Um, but the card is reversed, so I think maybe you guys are trying to so hard like to find an answer. You can see in this card that the cloak that he's using is really old, you know, and so he's been trying to find the answer. He's been on this quest for quite a long time now. uh, but maybe with this reverse aspect, you feel like you're not getting anywhere. And this is really reinforced by the second card, that is the Hanged Man. Um, you see, the Hanged Man is a man hanging in a tree, and his feet is tied by some ropes. But at the same time, he's peacefully resting in this place and gaining some illumination in new perspectives. But in the reverse aspect, it really talks about this feeling of moving, and not getting anywhere. And I think the type of movement maybe that you're doing can be really mental here too, because we have like this the Nine of Swords, that you see this woman, she's kind of not sleeping, and there are just several swords, and there's like this desolate feeling. And if you pay really attention, you can see that in her neck there are two holes, such like she has been bitten by a vampire. And sometimes our own thoughts, like our anxious thoughts, they can be like energy vampires, because we are so worried about, oh, if this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. And our own imagination can sometimes lead us to the darkest and most horrible scenarios. And sometimes um these worst scenarios, it's only on your head, and they didn't even come into reality, but we are so worried that we can get caught up in that pretty much, and then we can get like insomnia and difficult to sleep, to rest. And we see like these worries coming and flowing through your mind in this process. So basically, um, we can see that you are now in this place of fear, maybe feeling lonely. And like we see with the Ten of Wands here, that you've been working really hard, because we see this man carrying this burden. And I got like the most the feeling of this Ten of Wands as being really, oh my god, my dog is here. Yeah. Wait a moment. Oh my god. uh, so I think like with the dogs are really loyal, so maybe you've been really loyal to your objective, and even so you're not seeing like the results, or maybe the results are disappointing here. um at the same time, with the dog, they are really loyal beings, and I think the message that you need to hear is that you're not alone. Because with like this two of cups, that is a card of connections and relationships, friendships, love interests, and like good working relationships. Maybe you are feeling like betrayed because of the fox, because the fox means intelligence, but maybe sometimes it can indicate people that are manipulative, that lies, that deceives. Um, so I think that with my beautiful dog coming here in your reading, it's like a beautiful message from your guides that like you're never alone. Like if you believe in spirit guides, they're always with you. And I think in like in a physical level, in an earthly um level, you have the support too. But maybe for some reason with this like two of cups in reverse, maybe the way that you are thinking, like maybe you're thinking that you need to do everything alone because of the hermit, or you're placing too much of the burden yourself, thinking that only you can do that, or you are the only one responsible, um, when you can ask for help and sometimes even move places with the ship here. um you can ask for help, maybe if you're we are talking about maybe more of like work reading or like money reading. uh I think for you guys that are more like work related or like a goal oriented matter, you can ask for help. Don't try to do everything for yourself, because with the Ace of Cups, there is love and there is help if you want, if you ask. Like, you don't need to do everything alone. You can have people that help you, and you can also get out of this like dry setting and alone cold setting. You go to more this like emotional realm and fertile realm with the Ace of Cups here, because Ace of Cups, it's the beginning of love, of new love. Or like if you are in a relationship but for the couple of months, I don't know, maybe things like got colder, and maybe both of you thought like were like more in this repetitive routine, maybe thinking about bills to pay or something like that. Maybe you grew apart, like maybe you were more caught up in just like 3D matter, like bills to pay, work, clean the house, I don't know, and you felt like you were distancing yourself. And even with like this Two of Cups and the Ten of Wands, maybe one of you was trying harder, maybe to connect, and the other wasn't like giving in the same proportion. And um I really need your like judgment here, your discernment, because for some of you, I think like that a period of distance, like maybe traveling, maybe um going to a different house, even moving to a different house, uh, it's like necessary. Maybe for some of you, this person is not reliable with the fox, and you need to use like your intelligence and your judgment and your discernment, like to get away of a relationship that it's not giving you the love that you need, and go to another, because we have like new love here. For others of you that like you really love this person, you have build a beautiful relationship, but maybe for the couple of months or days, uh, there is this feeling that of disconnect. Maybe just like passing like a week in a friend's house, or maybe just time of separation, like to refresh your mind, refresh your perspective. With the hanged man here, will make things like better, like you come up refreshed here with the Ace of Cups, and you'll be able like to give love because maybe um both of you were not able to give love because of like the workload, or everything was too heavy, so you needed like a pause and to go to another place, to make this more like rational, intelligent decision to move away and then come back, maybe with the relationship refreshed and the love, uh, like it's the beginning of love again. This is for some of you. Others of you, and I think maybe most of you, I feel that maybe there is the ending of a relationship, and it's really difficult to go away of this person, like to distance yourself. Maybe there are burdens regarding maybe money, or like with this castle here, your home. Like if we're going to split up, we have to split up the house, we will have to like sell the house, find a new one, and then I will be alone, and it's really like bothersome. I will have to there was a really loud plane here. So I think maybe the travel part, or like distancing yourself, going to another maybe city, or maybe you're like going back to your hometown, or you will stay a period in your parents' house or something like that. But I think for those of you that you know that this relationship like is over, and that you're having a hard time to get yourself together, and like to think about these material aspects of life, and maybe you feel really burdened because you feel like you were so accustomed to have like another person to think with you, these like little details of everyday life, and to share the burdens with you, and then all of a sudden you see like yourself having to do everything alone, and you're like, maybe you're terrified and you feel tired already just of thinking about it. Like your guides are saying that if you use your intelligence, you'll be able to pass through this hurdle, pass through these challenging times, and they are reminding you that there is new love on the horizon, there is love for you, so don't think that you'll be alone forever, or that you won't receive help, because I think you are quite the lovable character in person. So this new love will reach you, and I think that message, that part of love, that love will reach you, is like the most important part of your reading. Um, so don't feel afraid, don't get so worried about things. Like even if things seems like that they are not moving, they are. You can go through this time, you can ask for help, and there in this movement that you are doing, like if you are moving to another place, Jesus is certainly blessed. We see so many signs like the plane, the dog here. So you are being quite watched too, because like I think this fox as protection too, like watching eyes that are guarding you, that are guiding you. And if you are like indecision regarding like if your relationship is good for you or not, you can ask for the guidance of the fox, because she can guide you to see, if a person is giving and taking equally, if this person has loving intentions or not. And uh the fox is really smart, so she can help you guide in your paths so that you can find smart and creative solutions for anything that appears. And with that, you'll be guided to this beautiful love. Like, love is in the horizon, love is beginning in your life. So open your heart and feel this love. I hope that you like this reading, and bye bye. Hi, pile number 3, you who chose the Dalmatian Jasper. This is your reading, and this is really a nice stone because, like, the stone is white and has these dark spots. So they say that this stone helps you to balance like the opposites and extremes of life, the heights and lows of life. So if you feel like that, you can use these stones for you to find equilibrium. So let me present your cards. The first row of the tarot cards that I got from the Witch Tarot, it's about like the situation or the area of life that your guides, the universe, wants to talk about. In the second row, it's like an advice or message that you need to know regarding this situation. And I got 3 cards from the Lenormand cards. We have like, I forgot the name of it in English, but you know that this object is used to fix the ships on the shore. So yeah, and we have like the card of man. And I really like that their expressions is really similar, like confident. I don't know, like if you can see. Yeah. They're like, yeah, I did a good job. uh, so yes, and we have the 3 too. Here, the 3 card. Um, so this pile, I thought one of the most amazing messages today. It was really surprising, and like the general theme for this pile is that there is something that you are absolutely thriving, that you are like blooming here with the 9 of Pentacles. That is really beautiful, like something that you cultivated and worked hard with the 7 of Pentacles here. And it's finally giving like the rewards that you want, like the fruits of your labor, and you are like in this splendid, magnificent like garden, such as this witch. So she planted the plants, she cultivated, she grew everything, and now the flowers are blooming, and she's like, oh my god, look at this that I've done. But you are not in this energy, and that is the message of your reading. There is some aspect of your life that it's blooming, but you are not seeing. With the 8 of Swords, you see that this woman, she's with her eyes tied by this cloth, so she can't see. And with the 4 of Cups, we see like this in the image, this little boy, and he seems like sad, and he's like disappointed. And there is like this beautiful mermaid, like she's trying to mimic his expression, maybe for him to give a smile and laugh and get out of this slumber. But and this is in reversed. So I think with this message that you are doing a pretty good job in some area of your life, but you are being overly critical of yourselves or of your results. So you're kind of maybe nitpicking, like if the thing in question is not really like the perfect expression of what would you like to be, maybe you are like, oh, I suck at this, or I'm really bad at this, or something like that, and you are like maybe really sad at the moment, feeling sorry of yourself, feeling sorry for the situation, and feeling like that you are a failure or a disappointment, or that you are not where you want to be. But like the message that you're not seeing is that this is your like perception, maybe with this sorry, with this card here, you are too fixated on things um that are not at all that relevant, you know. Maybe you are seeing like these small details and making something really big out of it, when what you're not seeing is that you are doing like a really beautiful job. You are doing great, and that's what you're not seeing. And for some of you, maybe this is career, like with these pentacles here, or maybe a relationship. But I don't know if it's for everybody. I think maybe for some of you, this is talking about maybe how you are raising a child, because I felt that with the Empress here and the King of Cups here, we have like the mother, the father, and then we have like the child here in the Four of Cups card. So some of you, maybe you are questioning if you are like a good parent, if you are like teaching your child properly, and maybe you are uncertain if you are doing like a good job, and the cards are assuring you that you are doing great. And I talk about this theme of parent and child because we have like the tree here, and the tree talks about first that you are blooming in many areas of your life, not one. So it's a similar theme with the Nine of Pentacles. So you are growing and getting stronger, and the flowers are blooming, you know, you see here the flowers blooming. So this card is like saying you are doing great, you are blooming in different areas of your life. And also the tree talks about like sometimes ancestors, like our lineage, like your family tree. So maybe for some of you there is like a theme of family tree or ancestors or something like that. And um, if you are dealing with situation of parent and child, uh maybe it's the advice for the situation, maybe like um you your child is sad, or and you don't know how to comfort the child, or maybe you had to reprehend your child, and now you're like, yeah, I just said that, and you are so sad. Like, don't get so sad. Sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes we do mistakes. Or, yes, I got angry at you at the time because what you did wasn't really right, you know, but I love you, and don't get so sad about it, or something like that. And I think if you're dealing with this situation, maybe the advice for you is to include like maybe a male figure here, like um not only the mother needs to do this like more emotional support part of the raising a child thing. um the father, the male figure, can do that too, because we have like the King of Cups that is like a male figure, and that is completely in touch with his emotions and knows how to be gentle and offer compassion and wise advice for others. Um, if you are not like in a parent-child situation, I think maybe with this man card and King of Cups card, you could seek a male figure or like even a woman with strong male energy, more assertive, proactive here, because we have like the Seven of Pentacles, that is this energy of work, determination, and confidence, to do something, to keep going, and to make things happen, because it's more this active um, energy. Usually we associate like the masculine energy with this active movement and the feminine energy with more this receptive energy. Um, so you can have the combination of both. Maybe for some of you, it just means that you will find the balance of these energies within you. Maybe that's why you've got the Dalmatian Jasper, to make a balance of these energies inside yourself. For others of you, maybe you could reach out for like a male figure that is going to give the support here that you need, because you have the tree, that he's just like huge trunk that you can lean on. And here we have like the rocks too. So we are talking about a solid figure that will give you the support that you requires. For some of you, maybe this can be, I don't know, a teacher, a parent, a leader, a boss, maybe a psychologist, um, that will give you the support that you need. Uh, because we have like that both figures, like the masculine figure and the feminine figure, are giving support. We have like the tree here with the father or the male figure or the male aspect of yourself. And then we have here like the empress with this object that I forgot the name, oh my god, but that gives stability to a ship, and the ship, it goes in the ocean or in the water, the river, that is the realms of emotions. And sometimes our emotions can be pretty challenging. Sometimes they can be sadness. We can have anger. Can have just not so pleasant feelings. And maybe like if we don't have a thing to tie ourselves like to a more solid ground, we can feel really unstable. So I think like the feminine energy too here, even though loving, even though receptive, is to like a grounded figure, because we have the empress that is pretty much connected with nature, with the soil, with like in the Greek mythology it can be like Venus or even Demeter, that is the goddess of agriculture. So um so we have like two figures, strong figures, giving this like balance and stability. For some of you, can be your parents, they are giving you the support that you need for you to grow, and oh my god, I got goosebumps. and 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 that's okay, you can, if you have these energies in your favor, you can pretty much allow yourself to receive like this help, so that you can thrive. And the reading here is just like a reassurance for you to know that you are growing so beautifully and that you are blooming. Yes, you are blooming. Don't doubt it. Keep up your good work. Keep up this active energy. allow yourself to receive the support, to receive this stability that you need, and boom. I hope that you like this reading, and bye bye.